Hi everyone, here's a tip to take a deck of cards to help break the ice at the holidays. So a lot of times at the holidays, these are people that you probably don't see on a regular basis, or maybe you do, but sometimes you have extended family that come in and you haven't seen them in a while. And there tends to be, a lot of awkwardness potentially, or a lot of small talk that a lot of people that we work with don't really like small talk. They don't really see the point in it. Now you definitely will have to participate in some small talk. That's just what's going to happen when people haven't seen each other in a while, but it doesn't have to stay there. One of the things that we suggest that you do is to introduce kind of a fun element to the holidays if you guys don't already play games as a family. So one of the things we suggest you do is just take a regular deck of cards and play a game called Pass the Ace. I'm going to explain to you how to play the game Pass the Ace in a moment, but I wanted to tell you why this is something that is helpful to you during the holidays. So what you want to do is, if you're not really great at making conversation, or you really despise that small talk, is it kind of gets your focus on the game. So if there is any kind of awkward silence or pauses, or you run out of things to say, you can kind of be quiet because you're kind of focusing on the gameplay, or maybe thinking of your next strategy move or something. And it doesn't feel as much as though you just don't know what to say. It's a little bit different and has a little bit different feel. It's a little bit lighter mood. What I would also suggest is maybe play some like upbeat music, not too loud, not too quietly, but just have like a kind of a rhythm in the background that gives a kind of a party feel that can really set the stage for playing a game and having fun. For this particular game, every person is going to need 3 tokens of some sort. Some people might use pennies, you might use Hershey Kisses, it could be anything. You could use dried noodles, it doesn't really matter, as long as everybody has 3 of something. And what you're going to do is have one person be the dealer, and what they do is they're going to give 1 card to each player face down. Everyone's going to look at that 1 card, and if they have a king, they're going to show that card. If you don't have a king, you don't show your card, you just kind of keep that to yourself. So if you have a king, that means you're safe for that round, so good for you. And in the way we play it is, it means that the person to your left and right are basically frozen, so they're not able to really do any gameplay, but they can be played upon, which I'll explain. So basically what you want to do in this game is just not be the lowest card, and the lowest card in this game is an ace. So if you have an ace, you want to pass that on to the next person. So what you're going to do is just take it face down and take that person's card and give them your bad card, and then you've got your new card, which hopefully is higher than an ace. Once you have a card that's higher, you know you're safe because they've just gotten the lower card. Then that person is going to go to the person to their left, look at the card and say, do I think that I need to change cards so I don't have the lowest card at the table? And then they take the other person's card face down, and that person gets their card. They don't have a say in that, by the way. They have to give up their card. So it's just one of those things. And then they look at their card to see, oh, I've got a 7, so I'm safe now because I gave a 2 away. And that goes around the table. So you can see why it's called Pass the Ace, with ace being the lowest, because you'll just see it get passed around the table because nobody wants that ace. If it gets back to the dealer, and the dealer has an ace or a card they think is going to be the lowest at the table, they can exchange with the top card on the deck, and that's their new card. Then everybody reveals what they have, and then the lowest card puts in a token in the middle of the table. So the kings, though, let's say you're frozen on either side and you're to the right of somebody who has a king and you get that ace, you're stuck because you can't trade with the person who has a king because you're frozen. So in that situation, you're just kind of sitting there. You have no choice. You have to keep that ace. So you might end up having to put a token in. Now, if there are 2 people at the table that both have the same low card, let's say there's 2 aces at the table, they both put their token in the middle of the table. The rounds go really quickly, it's really fun, and the game is for pretty much all ages, as long as people can understand that ace is the lowest card and you don't want the lowest card at the table. They are able to play the game, and so it's a nice game that you can play multi-generationally. It can get a little competitive sometimes, which can also be fun depending on your family. I know our family tends to get pretty competitive. Sometimes we'll stare down the person next to us to see if we can read in their eyes if they have a low card or not, and that type of thing. So it can add some levity to the holidays, and it takes some pressure off of just having that constant conversation. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please hit the like button, hit subscribe. We're doing a lot of videos to help people improve their social lives, and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or if there's a holiday tradition or a game that you like to play at the holidays, definitely share. I would love to hear about that. And I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season.